I'm Chronix, and this is Crystal from the Most Extreme Wrestling, and this is your John Morrison weekly update, and this week we'll be doing something a little bit different. We will be reviewing this DVD right here.
That's right. The John Morrison Rockstar
DVD. It came out in 2009, and I have been a John Morrison fan for a long time, but I have not ever purchased this DVD.
I did not either. We waited till it was $5.
Yes, you see...
it pretty much wasn't worth more than $5.
Well, see, the thing is, on WWE.com, it's been about $15 forever. I've seen it on the internet for $10, but I've always thought, I've seen bits and pieces of this, and just like reading the back and seeing the front, I mean, look at the front of this thing. This does not look like they spent very much time putting this together. It's just a picture of a dude, and it's got some words on it. And on the back, it's clearly nothing extensive about a documentary or anything, but we will get into that as we will review it right about now. And I say I spent $5 on it. I didn't even pay for shipping. I went to Walmart.com. I didn't know they had this feature. You can get merchandise shipped to the store, not pay for shipping, and just pay $5 for a lot of WWE DVDs like this one. So I was like, hey, I can't get a better deal than $5, and I might as well get the actual thing, even though I've seen it, review it all inclusive with the content and everything. So, when we start this DVD, we pop it in. The first thing that we see is John Morrison walking on a beach doing some sort of introduction.
Well, and he says, you know, this is where the little shaman of sexy grew up, like just a few miles from here, and this is where my dream for the WWE began. So I'm thinking, in my head, the next logical progression is we're probably going to see some pictures of his childhood, talk to his parents, you know, learn about his life.
About where he came from? No, the very first thing that we go into after that,
right
literally.
After that statement.
Literally.
Exactly after that statement.
September 4th, 2007. ECW champion John Morrison versus CM Punk, which he loses.
He loses. So, it was a good match. It was a little long for my personal taste, but it was a good match. And he lost.
So, I mean...
First match of the DVD.
It's like he's getting squashed on his DVD. I mean, he didn't get squashed in the match. It was a long match. It was a good match.
So where are we going to keep track of the win-loss record?
If we can.
Okay.
So far...
One loss.
John Morrison has lost every match so far.
So far. All right.
And, okay, and about this, before we move on, okay... I was thinking if this was going to be some sort of documentary. First of all, I don't like the fact that... I don't like these DVDs that have, like, a little bit of talking, an entire match, and you move on. Because to me, I just don't like that. Because, you see, I like DVDs where they kind of talk about the match, they show some deal, they do some interviews. Because to me, that makes me want to buy the whole pay-per-view. If I see the match in its entirety, then I don't feel like going out and buying the pay-per-view. I already got the whole thing.
Well, I just think that the purpose of the DVD should be more of a documentary type thing instead of a bunch of matches thrown together.
Okay.
So.
But there was no documentary so far.
Yes, and also, it seemed to me like they... Well, I guess I'll say that later. It'll make more sense. But anyways,
with the documentary, we haven't, like, if they're going to make some sort of documentary like they were teasing in the very first section, I mean, they could have talked about how the guy won Tough Enough, how he scratched and he clawed.
Yeah, they didn't even mention Tough Enough.
How he went, you know, to OVW, how he was on Velocity, how he just kept trying and trying to get better and be in the tag team with Eminem. You know... I don't think they mentioned Eminem one time in this DVD. Nitro, Melina, and...
No, not specifically. I mean, they mentioned all the characters, but not all together.
They didn't mention the other guy.
What other guy?
There was Nitro, Melina, and Mercury. They did not mention Joey Mercury one time.
You're right, they didn't.
Okay, I understand this is about John Morrison and not Johnny Nitro, but come on. And... Okay, we'll try to move on.
Yeah, can we please progress?
I know, but
with the thing?
My head is already exploding.
Let's progress.
Let's
progress.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so after we have the random long match where he loses, we have now the dirt sheet highlights. The dirt sheet highlights were hilarious.
I laughed the whole time.
I did because, I mean, like, I've seen them before, but it was just like, it was a nice compilation of the funny moments. Like, I almost died because I had totally forgotten about Shawn Michaels being Captain High Pants.
Yeah.
And he's like... What for most people is way too high, for you is a cool way to wear your pants in front of millions of people. I like rolled over laughing. But anyways.
But yeah, it
was hilarious, but it was very random.
Okay, and another thing, there's no special features that has any of the entire episodes. Not one. It's just put together. And and it's not like we can go anywhere and find all of these together in a high-quality form.
It would have been nice to have them on the DVD, but they weren't there.
But they weren't there.
All right, so then, next, we go on, and now we have a Miz Morrison match with DX, which was a really good match. Again,
you got DX, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels.
It was like all my favorite dudes in one ring. It was pretty awesome, but, like, first of all, first observation, holy crap, I forgot how stupid The Miz looked back then.
Okay, dude's wearing, like, board shorts, and he's got
this mohawk purple thingy?
And that hat. But, anyways, yeah, he just didn't, he does not look like a wrestler.
Like a retard.
I'm so glad that he wears actual tights now. He looks a little bit more professional. I never liked The Miz until he finally changed his tights, because I couldn't get over it. I'm sorry.
It's true. Okay, so this was, again, great match, but
what was the outcome? Oh, he lost.
Now we're 2 for 2 on
losing. This is supposed to make John Morrison look good, apparently.
Yes.
And he's lost
2 matches.
2 matches that they've shown, and these are matches in their entirety.
So now we switch to the Palace of Wisdom Q&A segment.
Okay.
And so this was interesting, but again, random.
Okay.
We didn't talk about how the Palace of Wisdom got started. We didn't talk about this.
Like, what was the evolution?
We didn't go in really chronological order. It was just kind of like...
Yeah, I mean,
it was.
When we popped on the DVD, he's already ECW champion, but losing it.
Yes. So it didn't even show him getting the championship.
I know.
Ever.
You can't put... How does that make sense? How can he not have the victorious win?
Right.
I don't understand.
Alright, but anyway, so also on this segment, somebody asked the question, how do you attract women? My answer to this question is, if you look like John Morrison, how do you not attract women?
Especially when your abs are showing all the time.
That's right.
Did you notice that there was a question from a crystal on there?
I did notice that. But it wasn't spelled the same way.
Oh, well, that's true.
But anyways, so yeah, besides that point, now we move again.
Okay, let me bring up this. Do you think that Palace of Wisdom thing deserved to be on a DVD? Maybe a special features.
Really? Yeah.
Because that was kind of like the Q&A session with Stone Cold on his Blu-ray.
Yeah, it should have been on the special features. Yeah.
But
I would have liked to learn more about the thoughts behind the Palace of Wisdom and the creation of it and all of that.
If this was to come out in 2012, there's no way this DVD would have ever came out. This would have been all on WWE Fan Nation or on their website or something. But it was.
So now we move into the next random match, which was the Miz and Morrison breakup. Like right after that, didn't talk about the Miz and Morrison breakup.
So it was it was just
the first. It was just like his first solo match with Evan Bourne.
They're not explaining anything. I mean, they explained the breakup, but they did not explain in between how Morrison became a face or how he turned heel.
The DVD did not explain the Miz and Morrison breakup. It was just kind of lumped into the match as the video package that was already there.
Yeah, it just showed him attacking.
Yes.
And it didn't
yes. And so this was a good match, enjoyable. And he finally wins. Now
Against
we're
who?
Evan Bourne.
Yes.
I already said that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
I don't think you did. But that was a cool match, but still.
Yeah.
He finally won a match against a young Evan Bourne.
Very young.
Wow,
and then Chronix made smoking weed jokes the entire match. I just want to let you know.
Yeah, because they kept saying,
like, he's going up high, and he's like, ah, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, I laughed just like that.
He did.
I was making fun of his little girl voice, too. Like, I'm Evan Bourne. I'm going to the top rope. But anyways,
alright, so the next segment was really cool, which I think I've seen like a clip of it like online. But
on WWE in 2010, they did the same thing with the parkour training.
But this one was slightly different, but it was basically the same thing.
Right.
The parkour training, and he's doing his little flippy thing in the gym, which is always awesome to watch. Ted DiBiase also watched the video.
Yes, he did. And Ted DiBiase, as you might know, has a Twitter. It's MXWTeddy. And he actually tweeted that he was watching this.
He did.
And he's trying to tell me something, but I can't understand him.
So anyway, this was a cool segment, because I always like him watching, running, doing flips, whatever.
Yeah, because the parkour training is cool. Okay.
Very cool. And then, now,
I just wanted to say...
Okay.
I start getting confused, because they're trying to make John Morrison a rock star, as the DVD clearly states. But... he doesn't really act like a rock star or look like a rock star.
But you brought this up I don't know if you brought it up on video, but you brought it up to me that you thought that John Morrison's gimmick was kind of mismatched with his personality.
I mean,
which I could see.
Like, if I look in the locker room and say, who's the rock star, I'm going to say CM Punk. He's got tattoos. He's not in shape. He doesn't visually in shape.
You have to be attractive to be a rock star.
Kid Rock?
He doesn't count.
Okay. Most rock stars don't have abs like that, that's all I'm saying.
I know, but to be
and they're not agile.
Rock star.
If he was
hot.
anything to me, he would be like a breakdance. He would be like a rapper or something. I mean, that would make more sense than him being a rock star. I'm just saying.
But
besides the fact that his name is John Morrison, like Jim Morrison, but then his song doesn't match because his song is like who sings Voodoo Child? Jimi Hendrix. It makes no sense. But anyways, please continue. I'm getting off topic.
I know. Okay.
I can't help it.
I know. Okay.
They were bringing up all these questions.
All right. So now we have Morrison versus Jericho, which now he's suddenly a face.
On Superstars.
Suddenly a face, with no explanation of how he became a face. No explanation of anything.
Yeah, nothing.
It's just now
no
the crowd's
change,
cheering.
no story. This is supposed to be a story. There is no story.
There is no story.
At all.
So, and then, once again, he loses against Jericho.
And note that none of these matches are on pay-per-view.
Hmm.
Doesn't really seem like he's so...
Yeah, now we're 3-1. Okay, so now we go to another parkour segment, which was the, in-arena parkour training. Which
I've
really
also
cool.
seen on Raw.
I have too. Very cool.
Was very nice. I liked that they, were showing that in there. But it was so random. And it didn't really even tie into the matches. It was just a bumper in between matches.
It was a bumper, yes. There was no story. It was a bunch of random stuff thrown together. Though, I will say, it did remind me of all the high-up famous people that he has fought. Because it's like, I never, I'm just saying, I never thought of him. I mean,
he wasn't going after the main title.
Was going after, but I don't know, I never thought about him, being the guy that fought Chris Jericho and CM Punk and Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Yeah, but
just having it lumped all together.
On Chris Jericho on Superstars?
I know, but on the DVD, it did make it appear that he was fighting all these super famous people. I'm giving it a plus.
I think that JR and Matt Stryker, with their skills on commentary, actually made it seem more important. Which is severely lacking on Monday Night Raw, I must say. Matt Stryker is way better. Huh?
You're off on a tangent.
I can't help it.
Okay. Alright, usually you're the one that has to drag me back into the conversation.
I know, but this DVD is killing me.
Made you mad. Alright, so now we move on to the next random match versus Edge. And the only good thing that came out of this, I mean, it was a good match, but again, randomness, was the fact that this reminded me, there was a question on the Q&A that said, what was your favorite John Morrison outfit? And I could not formulate it into words, but it was this one.
It was the white outfit.
But not there was another white outfit on the bonus features.
Well,
not that white outfit.
If you want to buy this DVD, as awesome as it sounds, you can find out.
Yeah, not that white outfit, but this white outfit. It was, furrier and flashier. But anyways, but again, he loses. So now we're 4 losses, 1 win. Okay.
They're squashing him on the DVD.
But this was funny, because during the match, JR says, Edge has so many wins, one day he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. And I was like, whoa.
I bet he didn't know that was only going to be in 3 or 4 years.
I know. Alright, so now we got some more randomness. But we do have a little narrative and a highlight clip of all the cool moves that he does.
They explain what the moves were called and why they are called that.
So this was a good, informative thing, because I did not know that Starship Pain was a corkscrew split-leg moonsault.
I actually did know that.
Well, good for you. And then it was formulated because he was thinking like Chuck Norris and Jet Li.
Which he loves Chuck Norris and Jet Li, and he says it several times.
Onyx had to be reminded that Chuck Norris was the master of the roundhouse kick to the face.
Love Walker, Texas Ranger, but I have so forgotten. It's been so long, and heard all these jokes that keep coming out, and I just see him as an older man.
I don't remember him standing in a circle of bad guys and being like, kapow! Kicking 3 people in the face.
It all came back to me when they said
Walker, Texas Ranger was just awesome. But anyway,
sadly, I don't see it on my Netflix.
Yeah, and then he also explains the debut of the Starship Pain was in September 2007,
which was the first match on the DVD. So I guess that's why that match was on there.
So now we understand why it was important, but it would have been nice to have that explanation before we watch the match.
Exactly.
Okay. So now
they make a surfboard.
No, that's not next. Next, we have a match versus Punk.
Again. On SmackDown.
It's a non-title match, but this time he does win.
CM Punk is the World Heavyweight Champion.
But it's a non-title match.
Sad day.
But he does win.
Okay,
so now we're 2 wins and 4 losses. So, sorry everyone. Our memory card ran out of time because someone was going on extra long, crazy tangents about everything.
I really thought that I would have enough time with the amount allotted, but apparently not. So.
I knew that you were just, whoa. You were, whoa. Okay. Okay, so picking up where we left off. Now, after the Hardy match, we randomly go into back to the surfing. So we're now surfing, random match, back to surfing. Alright.
Okay.
So now we're back to surfing, and he's down there doing the waves, and the poor guy gets squashed on surfing. They show him just wiping out in just horrible, unflattering poses for at least 4 or 5 times in the water. And then they even show this little promo thing where he's talking about, getting killed in the waves or whatever.
Oh, I know. There was one thing that really bothered me about this.
Okay.
There was a quote that John Morrison said that just really irritated me.
Okay.
He said, I'm getting beat up, but I can wrestle with the waves, but it's nothing like what I get beat up doing while sports entertaining. Are you freaking serious, dude? You can mention wrestling the waves, but you have to say, when I get beat up in the ring by doing sports entertainment? That just irritated me, just because of the proximity of those words in the sentence. You know what I'm saying? You can't say wrestle in the ring.
How do you know?
Because no wrestler can say that's like a dirty word now.
It's not. CM Punk said it.
I know, but, okay, it's just one of those things, it's like a rule, you know what I mean? But
it's not a rule, because CM Punk says it all the time.
I know, but you don't get what I'm saying.
No, I don't get what you're saying.
They put these fake rules where you can't say certain things, so then when you say it, it's like, oh my gosh, he said wrestle.
But that's stupid because it's
I know,
not
but
a real
it works.
rule.
But it works.
But it's not a real
works.
rule.
It doesn't matter.
Yes,
it works.
does.
You're wasting time now.
Okay. Well, I'm making up for all the time that you did. Okay.
I didn't waste any time. Everything I said was relevant.
Okay.
Informative.
All right. Moving
Entertaining.
on. Okay. Oh my gosh. Anyway, but finally at the very end of this little segment, he starts doing good and he makes awesome surfing and he rises out of the water after conquering the wave and he looks all hot and everything. So that was a good thing.
I can't think of any other rock star that does that besides the Beach Boys.
I don't think the Beach Boys count as rock stars, really.
You should continue.
But they're not like, they were like pop singers.
You should continue.
Okay, I'm gonna continue, because I have an opinion of the Beach Boys. Anyways, so, next we move on to another random match versus...
Anyways, you don't know how hard that was to let that go.
versus Rey Mysterio.
Which, not once, but twice in this match, they cut out the audio. I was so confused by this. I understand when you have to cut out certain things from the 80s. Maybe even the 90s.
Oh, see, because I was under the impression during... Wow, that was a scary look that you just gave me. During the video, during the match, that they just weren't talking, not that they cut out the audio.
I mean, there was a point in the match where one of the announcers pointed at, or gestured at the ring as if they should be talking about it. Not that they were talking about random other things. No, they were dead silent, dead radio, dead airtime. So I'm not sure if they just forgot what to say. I couldn't really tell if their mouths were moving or not, but it really looked like they weren't talking about anything. They were just sitting there.
Yeah, it was really weird, but it was kind of awkward.
Pretty awful. And it's just like I said, it was in the same year that the DVD came out, so it's not like there's some kind of Chris Benoit thing. It was just dead airtime.
It was weird. But he does win this match. So now we're up to like 3 wins and 5 losses.
I'm not sure.
3 wins and 5 losses. Okay, so now we have a conclusion. So we're back to John Morrison.
Wait, that was the last match?
That was the last match.
But he won this one.
He won that one.
Okay, so...
For the Intercontinental Championship. So at least the last match, he won a belt.
He won the Intercontinental Championship in 2009.
Yeah.
Which they didn't show him winning the Intercontinental Championship back in the day.
Yeah.
As Johnny Nitro.
Yeah.
Or the tag team, or Eminem.
It was weird. Alright, so now we're back on the beach with John Morrison for the conclusion. And he's like, thanks for joining me on the journey of my life. And I'm like, what journey of your life?
There was not a journey.
This is my thought. It seemed to me like they filmed all the segments with him on the beach with an entirely different idea in mind. Like, they were actually going to do a documentary, and then at the end they were like, well, we don't want to spend that much money on this guy, so let's just throw a bunch of crap in between the two segments and just call it a day.
This entire DVD could have been put together by a first semester film student. Yes, I could have put one together, and I've never even been to college. So, okay.
Yeah, so now, you want to talk about the special feature now?
The special feature was John Morrison being born in 2007 when he said, my name is John Morrison.
Yeah, this is the white outfit that I don't like.
That's the only special feature. That's all we get.
Yeah, but it was a decent promo and everything.
Okay.
I mean, it just was...
I know a lot of people have given this DVD crap for a lot of things, and like you can probably tell, I am too.
Closing thoughts.
But for me, I know that a lot of people give it crap that it doesn't deserve. Like saying that, well, this is the only DVD ever to come out too soon. Really? Because Chris Jericho had a DVD that came out in 2000. And that was before they owned the rights to WCW's library, so all they got is him coming in 1999 and maybe winning the Intercontinental Championship. So no better. Kurt Angle the same way with the It's True VHS that came out in 2000. VHS. So he had been out for like 8 months. Granted, the guy did an entire lot in that time. I think he might have even been Euro Intercontinental Champion by then. Kurt Angle's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, as you probably know. And I really like Chris Jericho. But yeah, did those guys deserve that? Many other guys have gotten their VHSs, DVDs, Blu-rays way too dang early. And so did John Morrison. And I'm not going to give it no kind of pass. This thing was worth $5. But that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Even as a seasoned John Morrison fan, and I guess I can't be a Johnny Nitro fan because apparently that does not exist.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. It does not exist or it does not matter. Anything he did in Eminem, anything he really did with The Miz, it's just kind of overshadowed.
Yeah.
And definitely anything he did in his Nitro run with the Intercontinental Championship or with Melina doesn't matter. We saw Melina once.
Did we even see her?
Yes, and she was there for 2 seconds.
I know he mentioned her because he said she drew the cross. But I don't remember.
He said that in the DVD?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
But I don't remember seeing her.
But that's all I saw. So,
yeah. And, sorry, I keep looking at the cats. They're doing something hilarious. I'm trying to focus.
But, anyways.
It's hard.
Yes, this DVD, I do not feel bad for waiting so many years to finally pick it up. $5.
It was too random.
It was randomness. And it was crap.